Hello guys and welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ashley and I'm doing an unboxing of Madame Endora's fortune cards. I know that a lot of the unboxings that I'm doing probably have been done by other people, but I'm super excited to do them. And it helps, if it helps you guys discover decks, then that's great too. I absolutely love I like the look of these. They're not quite my style, but I loved kind of what they stood for with the symbolism. And I really love the way, if you look, there's the zodiac signs behind her. They're super fantastic. The artwork is really cool, and I really enjoy that kind of... there's a lot of like Celtic knots going on in here, and I really love that. I'm not really a big person on like predicting the future. I think the future is extremely malleable, but I thought that these were really just a fun way to kind of look at what's going on. So this is a booklet of what they have. I have only seen a few like reviews of this, and it didn't really show the cards in great detail. It kind of showed like one card or two cards, so I really need to get on to doing reviews on Amazon to put out more of a hopefully kind of a what am I trying to say? To put out more reviews, the better, I think. You can get more of a variety of what people think about things. And especially when it comes to photos. Like, I really look at photos when I go and buy a deck. So, but I really like these cards. I've seen them on other people's YouTube. That's pretty much between YouTube and Instagram is where I find my cards. I have a few that I really like and I put on my deck wish list, and when they get bought, I usually have seen it at least once before. Spirit sends it to me, and then I'm like, oh, that's cool deck, I should put it on there. And I'm like, oh, it's already on there. So I really do like this this artwork. It's not so we have the king, the queen, the wizard. It's not really again my style, but I do like this, like the more like Art Nouveau style. We have the seer, we have the knight. So I mean, honestly, like, I definitely wasn't turned off, but it was definitely like I wanted to wait on this deck, and I'm glad I have it now. But I'm glad that this wasn't like one of the first ones that I bought. We have Maiden, we have the Minstrel, and then guys, like, I usually do a card pull because I'm called to by Spirit, because the energies of the deck are right to do so. I'm not going to do with this. I feel like this deck needs more clearing. My guides confirmed it by saying, no, you should probably wait to do a card pull until they have my energy connected to them instead of the energy of whoever created them or created the artwork. We have the Harley Quinn, the Golem, the Green Man. The only other time that I have been called to wait on a deck has been actually the original Rider-Waite Tarot. Again, this is one of the reasons why I waited on this deck. The energies were just not right for me to buy it. It wasn't calling to me, but it was calling to me now. We have Hindrance, Medusa. I really like, I can tell you guys right now, with going through these cards, I'm happier seeing these cards in person than I was online. So I'm pleasantly surprised by these cards, guys. We have the Satyr. We have Seduction. Beautiful purple dress there. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by these cards. I like them a lot more than I thought I would. We have Serendipity. Again, like the cards that came out like for other people's reviews, like a lot of them had like the Harley Quinn on there. And you know, that being where is it? This is not always like the the most like light and bright interpretation of an oracle deck or of cards, so I wasn't really drawn to it, and I was kind of like, I don't know. And me, I 100% there is a place and time for light and a place and time for shadow. So I wanted to get decks that kind of represented both. But again, I definitely think that, like the Rider-Waite Tarot, this was created not with ill intention, but just with intentions to bring more of that shadow out. So again, I'm not going to do a pull today, but I will make sure that these are ready to go before I bring them out into any reading that I do. We have the Siren. We have the Sphinx. These are like really beautiful cards. I'm really liking. We have the Spirits. I'm really liking the way that they came out. I'm pleasantly surprised at these cards. We have the Black Cat. I love black cats. I actually saw one a few hours before I got these cards up the street from me. I love black cats. They're very lucky. We have the Chimera. This feels like it's 2 cards, but it's not. I don't know why. This card just feels thicker than the rest. We have the Dragon. We have the Griffin. We have the Raven. Beautiful. We have the Serpent. We have the Spider. Nice. I love the spider weaving its web. We have the Unicorn. Beautiful. We have the Wolf. Again, guys, these are not ill-intended cards. I just feel like sometimes oracle decks or fortune cards or, you know, things sometimes have that like heavy, dense energy associated with them, and that's not the energy that I'd like to bring in. So I definitely am a person that brings in shadow, but I don't want to bring in a dense energy that's going to pull people down. We have the Wyvern. Probably saying that wrong. We have the Caduceus. I will look up how to say these things, but isn't that like the healers and doctors used to have these in the olden days? We have the Chalice, and I think Mercury also held one of these where the serpents talked. The Chalice, the Dagger. We have the Gates. We have the Hand of Fate. This is one of the cards that I saw that I did like when I first saw it. I'm really I like palmistry. I don't really understand how to do it. That's one thing in spirituality that I just fail at. I pride myself in like knowing a lot of things about a lot of things, but palmistry is just not me. I'm just not meant to understand it. So major props for anybody who can read palms. We have the Hourglass. We have the Key. Beautiful. We have Love. We have the Mystic Circle. I love all those Celtic knots in there, just weaving their way. We have the Oracle. We have the Shield. We have the Talisman. Beautiful symbolism. I wonder, I know what like half of these symbols are, so I'm gonna have to look up the other half. We have the Sun. We have the Moon. We have the Star. This is beautiful. Look at that. We have Air. Oh, I think we're gonna have all the elements. Earth. I love that they have, I just noticed that they have the zodiac signs. So they have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, all air signs, of course. And then we have Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. For fire, we have Aries, Sagittarius, and my Leo. In water, we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Beautiful. And then we have Winds of Change. I use this saying all the time, so this is great that this is in here. Especially when storms come. Like, I love when storms come in because it's just the winds of change. But what a beautiful deck. I'm glad that I can bring it out to you guys and to use other things that are not just love and light. This is definitely a shadow deck. It's definitely a it's definitely it's not an evil deck. I don't get an evil intention from it. If I did, I wouldn't be using it, and I wouldn't be doing this video. I wouldn't be putting it up. I just think that sometimes when it comes to like who the intention or the vibration of the person who's doing the artwork or the person who's creating the deck in general, sometimes we get into places where we have a lot of pain and grief, or we are struggling with something but we still need to finish a project, we're on a deadline, and sometimes that pain and grief, that struggle can be put into oracle decks, especially when you have so many people making them, or like this being a fortune deck. So again, the other card deck that I had this issue with, or not really an issue, I just had to wait on it, was the Rider-Waite Tarot. And after 3 days of clearing it between me, my guides, and crystals and candles, the ritual that I did with it, it was ready to go. I use it a lot with Divine Masculines, and it's a fantastic deck. It comes out and it has a great connection with me. So I really feel like this really just needs to be connected to me instead of connected to the people who created it. When it comes to my other decks, I literally, all of them have connected with me instantly, and it's just because that's how they were made, that's how they were intended. I take that back. The decks that I've bought this last few months, that have been gifted to me this last few months, they have instantly connected to me. I have had decks in the past when I was younger. I have about 5 decks from when I was like 13, 14 years old. They took a while to connect with me when I was younger, and they are solid in my energy now, being with me for 20 years. But they never fail now, for sure. But it's one of those things that, sometimes it takes a little bit longer than others. And yeah, this is just something that's going to take a little bit longer to stick to my energy and to be within my energy. So I honestly, I really like these cards. I definitely will put that a review on Amazon when I use them. But I like these. Like, I was very... I like to go into things without expectations, but I kind of was expecting to be disappointed by this deck, and I can tell you I'm very much am not right now. I really, and especially because when you go into the reviews online right now, you only see a certain like handful of cards, and I can tell you right now, like, some of these can be a bit off-putting. Like the satyr kind of looks like the devil, and that's probably what they were depicting with this, and the Harley Quinn, that sort of thing. It's a bit off-putting if you are just seeing that over and over again and not seeing the other beautiful artwork that this deck has to offer. So again, I will bring this out when it's ready to, but until then, I will not do a deck pull. So thank you for joining me, guys, and I will see you guys in my pick a card readings. And for those of you who are on Patreon, I will see you in my daily videos, my weekly videos, and the extra monthly videos I have over there. So I will see you guys later. Thank you again. Have a good day. Bye.